keeping your feet healthy as you age, avoiding the destroyer of your feet. The fear of losing mobility. Hello, everyone. Let me ask you something. How would you feel if you woke up tomorrow and couldn't step out of bed? Frightened, right? Because not being able to walk means losing everything. You can't go to the market yourself. You can't even go to the bathroom independently. You can't take a walk with your grandkids in the afternoon. The worst part is being confined to bed, depending on your children for every meal, every turn. This is the silent nightmare that many older adults face. And ironically, the cause often comes from the very meats we eat daily, the things we believe are healthy, but are gradually draining the strength from our legs. But luckily, if you learn about these 7 worst meats now and stop eating them today, you still have time to keep your steps steady. Right now, I will share the details of these 7 dangerous types of meat and why they are quietly destroying your knee joints and leg muscles. So please watch until the end of the video so you don't miss this important information. The 7 worst meats that destroy leg strength in older adults. Point 1. Fatty pork. The silent grave digger of leg strength. Fatty pork is a familiar sight in Vietnamese family meals, especially in rural areas. Many people still enjoy braised pork belly, crispy fried pork fat, or fried cracklings with boiled vegetables. But few realize that this very white layer of fat is a traitor, quietly suffocating the muscle, joint, and vascular systems of older adults with every meal. Every day that I met a 68-year-old gentleman from Hung Yen who had an undeniable passion for crispy fried pork cracklings with hot rice. He had to have a few pieces every meal. But by age 66, he started feeling a dull ache in his left leg, his calf muscles were tense, and eventually, he couldn't climb stairs anymore. After a checkup, he found he had high cholesterol, knee arthritis, and signs of narrowed blood vessels in his lower limbs. The cause? A diet high in saturated fat, especially from pork fat. The fat in pork is rich in saturated fat, which increases bad cholesterol, LDL. This causes atherosclerosis, making blood flow difficult, especially to areas far from the heart like the legs. As a result, the legs lack nourishment, muscles gradually waste away, joints become dry and painful, and cramping is frequent at night. Not only that, excess fat also causes weight gain, putting pressure on the knees and ankles, making every step a painful ordeal. More alarmingly, frequent consumption of fatty pork also impairs memory, increases the risk of diabetes and high blood pressure, and creates an ideal environment for chronic inflammation in the joints. Fatty pork doesn't just weaken your legs. It's a gateway for a host of age-related illnesses. I want to be direct with older adults. Fatty pork is no longer food. It's a source of harm. Instead of eating to live, we are living to accumulate diseases. Don't wait until your legs can't carry you to regret it. Just because of a few crispy pieces of fat, I advise you to minimize fatty pork starting today. Choose lean cuts or switch to healthier protein sources like fish, tofu, or skinless chicken breast. If you were like the gentleman from Hung Yen, mesmerized by crispy fat, write a simple comment below. From now on, I will limit fatty pork. When you dare to change, your legs have a chance to recover. If you keep the old habits, your steps tomorrow will become shorter and shorter. Point 2. Fatty beef. The elegant coat hiding a dagger in your knees. Beef is considered a high-quality food, even a blood tonic by many. And lean beef, eaten in moderation, is indeed good for health. But ironically, the fatty parts of beef, especially brisket, flank, or cuts with intertwined fat and sinew, are what silently paralyze leg muscles and damage joints in older adults. I remember a lady from Ba Dinh District, Hanoi, who confessed during a consultation, "I love beef dipped in vinegar, but it has to be imported beef brisket. It's so fatty, tender, and sweet." But she said that every time she ate it, within hours, her knees would burn and swell, and at night, she felt a deep ache from her thighs to her heels. After a checkup, she was diagnosed with polyarthritis and high cholesterol. The doctor said if she wanted to keep her legs strong, the first step was to stop eating fatty beef. Why is fatty beef so dangerous? Fatty beef contains arachidonic acid, which converts into inflammatory agents called prostaglandins in the body. When you eat a lot of fatty beef cuts, these levels rise, causing knee joints to swell and inflame, surrounding muscles to become tense and painful, and especially affecting mobility. Legs become less agile and feel shaky when going up or down stairs. Furthermore, the fat in beef causes atherosclerosis, like spreading gravel in the bloodstream, making it hard for blood to flow to the lower limbs. As a result, legs lack nutrients, cramp, loose sensation, and even a slight fall can lead to a fractured hip, the most devastating complication for older adults. Not to mention, eating a lot of fatty beef also easily leads to high blood pressure, fatty liver, and high cholesterol, creating a domino effect that collapses health from the heart and liver to the joints. The shiny, fragrant appearance of fatty beef is just a disguise for a silent killer. I earnestly advise you to choose lean beef cuts like sirloin, shoulder, or shank, without fat. Stay away from those tempting fatty briskets, no matter how appealing. If you used to love beef hot pot or beef rolls, make a promise to yourself below. I will not eat fatty beef anymore to keep my legs strong for my children and grandchildren. Because sometimes, a tasty bite is the price you pay for spending your last years bedridden. And I believe you don't want that to happen. Point 3. Factory farm chicken. The white meat that secretly feeds joint pain. Many people believe chicken is mild, easy on the stomach, and nutritious, often choosing boiled chicken for the elderly or those recovering from illness. But there's a little-known truth. Not all chickens are the same. Factory farm chickens, raised rapidly with growth feed, antibiotics, and hormones, are a deceptive source of nutrients that quietly damages joints and peripheral nerves in older adults. That I once consulted with a gentleman from Gia Lam District who cooked factory farm chicken every day, stewed with herbs, chicken porridge, ginger chicken, believing it would restore strength. But strangely, the more he ate, the more his legs ached, his knees hurt sharply with weather changes, and his hands and feet trembled slightly when walking. At first, he thought it was just old age, but after stopping factory farm chicken for a while, his condition significantly improved. Why does factory farm chicken cause such damage? The answer lies in the raising methods. To shorten growth time, these chickens are fed feed mixed with growth hormones and antibiotics. When older adults eat this meat regularly, residual hormones and antibiotics are not completely broken down but enter the body, causing hormonal imbalances and impairing peripheral nerve function. This manifests as numbness, tingling in the limbs, slight trembling, reduced control of movement, especially in the lower limbs. Furthermore, factory farm chicken contains unhealthy fats, especially in the skin, causing joint inflammation and degradation of knee cartilage, making standing up or sitting down a prolonged painful experience. It seems mild, but each piece of this meat is like a small needle regularly injecting damage into the joint system. Therefore, I hope you will prioritize naturally raised chicken, eat it in moderation, and avoid the skin or fried wings. Factory farm chicken, despite being cheap and convenient, is not worth sacrificing the health of your legs in old age. If you ever mistakenly thought all chicken is mild, write a sincere reminder below. I will stop eating factory farm chicken so my legs can live healthier every day. Because at some point, if your legs can't stand, you'll realize that the short-term gain cost you a lifetime of peaceful mobility. 4. Deep-fried meats in excessive oil. The sizzling pan or the smoldering hearth burning your joints. The aroma of crispy fried meat sizzling in a hot pan is enticing to many. From crispy fried pork belly to fried chicken wings and fried ribs in fish sauce, these dishes are linked to youthful memories and lively family meals. But ironically, those glistening pieces of meat, under that golden fried coating, hide something no one wants: a silent toxin that is cutting through muscle fibers and blood vessels below your knees. When cooking oil is heated to high temperatures, especially oil used multiple times, it produces substances like acrylamide and aldehydes, proven neurotoxins and chronic inflammatory agents. When these substances accumulate in the body, they infiltrate the joints, destroying connective tissues, drying out joints, causing muscle wasting in the legs, and making older adults walk slowly and shakily. I witnessed a gentleman from Pudho who ate stir-fried meat daily. Initially, he only had a mild ache in his calves, but after just 1 year, he needed a cane to walk. His back was no longer straight. He was diagnosed with severe arthritis, muscle atrophy, and peripheral circulatory disorder. The doctor said something I'll never forget: "Your legs are not failing due to old age, but because of the cooking oil that sizzled in the pan every day." Furthermore, fried foods contain high amounts of salt, bad fats, and excess calories, easily leading to weight gain, high blood pressure, fatty liver, and a host of other dangerous complications like increased risk of stroke, diabetes, and metabolic disorders. These are the undertows pushing older adults towards illness. Sometimes, a piece of crispy fried meat is the first step on the slippery slope of health decline. So, if you still crave that fatty, fragrant fried flavor, try switching to boiled, steamed, or lightly braised dishes. And if you realize you've made this mistake, make a simple but resolute promise to yourself: I will stop eating fried meat to keep my legs from aching. Because the most delicious meals aren't always the healthiest, and the aftertaste of some dishes is a lifetime confined to bed. 5. Canned meat, sausages, cured sausages. Small, convenient pack strong enough to twist your spine. Canned meat, sausages, cured sausages. These seemingly harmless names often appear in breakfast meals. A few minutes in a hot pan, some vegetables, and you have a quick, convenient meal. Some older adults even believe these are light, protein-rich options suitable for those with poor appetite. But sadly, inside that appealing exterior is a minefield of chemicals and enemies of the joints. What makes processed meats dangerous is how they are preserved. To maintain color, flavor, and long shelf life, manufacturers use high levels of preservatives like nitrates and nitrites, along with excessive salt and sugar. When these compounds enter the body, they don't just raise blood pressure and cause water retention. They also cause chronic inflammation in joint tissues, leading to swollen, painful knee joints and reduced flexibility over time. I remember a lady in Hongmai district who lived alone and often chose convenient foods: fried sausages for breakfast, heated canned meat. After a year of this diet, she not only gained 6 kilograms, but also started having difficulty getting up from chairs. Her knees constantly ached as if being stretched. A checkup revealed soft tissue swelling around the joints, high cholesterol, and impaired balance and mobility. Furthermore, the high phosphorus content in processed meats causes calcium loss from bones, making them brittle like glass, easily broken by a slight slip. Not to mention, MSG, monosodium glutamate, often found in sausages, can harm nerves, leading to numbness, tingling in the limbs, slight trembling, and reduced sensation in the extremities. I earnestly urge you not to trade the convenience of a few minutes of cooking for years of treating arthritis, spinal compression fractures, or strokes caused by falls. Processed foods are not as gentle as they seem. They are stones thrown at the already tired legs of old age. 6. Animal skin and organs. Once a favorite, now a slow poison dripping into your joints. Animal skin and organs like pork intestines, liver, heart, brain, crispy chicken skin, or fried cracklings are cherished by many. They are tasty, chewy, and satisfying. But what makes them so appealing is precisely the slow poison that is silently draining the life from your leg joints, and thigh muscles. Animal skin and organs contain very high amounts of purines. When these enter the body, they break down into uric acid. In older adults with reduced kidney function, uric acid elimination slows down, causing it to accumulate in the blood and joints. This results in gout flares with sharp, stabbing pain in the knees, ankles, and toes. Every step feels like stepping on needles. The ache goes deep into the bone marrow. Not only that, liver, heart, and brain are also where bad cholesterol and toxins accumulate. These are like storage houses in animal bodies, collecting antibiotics, heavy metals, and bacteria. If not prepared thoroughly, they can cause poisoning, infection, and inflammation in the soft tissues around the joints. I met a gentleman over 70 in Dong on who loved pork intestines and blood sausage, especially eating a plate every morning at the market. But one day he couldn't stand up. A checkup showed sky-high uric acid, a swollen knee, and severe inflammation of the veins in his lower leg. After treatment, he told me something I always remember. I only wish I had realized sooner. I had delicious meals, but no legs to walk on. Besides harming joints, these dishes also increase blood pressure, cause fatty liver, accelerate cartilage and spinal degeneration, making older adults prone to losing balance, staggering, and falling at any moment. I advise you to gradually reduce and then eliminate animal skin and organs from your diet. Don't let old habits feed painful aches and numbness. 7. Meat frozen and thawed multiple times. The silent killer in your freezer. Not all imported food or well-packaged meat is safe. In reality, meat frozen and thawed multiple times, especially bought from traditional markets, small shops, or even leftovers were frozen, is one of the most dangerous culprits, silently attacking the joints and muscles of older adults. Many people have a habit of buying meat for the whole week and freezing it, thawing portions as needed. But sometimes, a piece of meat is thawed, then put back in the freezer multiple times. Each time this happens, the protein structure is broken down, producing oxidizing compounds and toxins. When these enter the body, it's like pouring dilute acid onto the joints. Eating this type of meat over time forces the musculoskeletal system to contend with a large amount of free radicals, leading to chronic arthritis, cartilage erosion, tendon stiffness, and especially muscle wasting in the legs. Reflexes slow down, increasing the risk of tripping and losing balance. I met a lady in Long Bien who used to be very healthy, walking 2 laps around the lake every morning. But within a year, her legs became significantly weaker. She had to rest after walking just a short distance. When asked, she said she ate refrozen meat every meal because she was reluctant to go to the market daily. Besides destroying joints, meat thawed and refrozen multiple times is easily contaminated with bacteria and mycotoxins, especially if not stored properly. These substances overload the liver and kidneys, impairing blood filtration, causing higher accumulation of uric acid and toxins in the blood, further worsening joint pain. Thinking it saves money actually costs dearly in terms of long-term health. My advice is to buy only enough meat for 1 or 2 days. If you must freeze, divide it into small portions and thaw each portion only once. If you've overlooked this, please strongly write below. I will stop eating meat frozen multiple times to protect my legs and my health. Because your legs don't deserve to suffer the consequences of meat that has died a second time in the freezer. 5 things worse than meat for elderly legs. Dear viewers, now we understand that meat isn't the only culprit weakening our legs. Things that seem less harmful are actually stealthy attackers, eroding our knee joints, muscle fibers, and lower limb nerves, making it difficult for older adults to walk, prone to falls, and gradually losing their ability to be independent and care for themselves. Stopping these 7 harmful meats isn't just about keeping joints healthy. It's about preserving freedom and dignity in old age. You won't fear unexpected falls, nor face a morning struggle with stiff, shaky legs. By cutting them out early, you pave the way for a healthy, steady journey ahead. But meat is just the tip of the iceberg. Some things are even worse than meat, sold in every supermarket, restaurant, even in the drinks you have daily, weakening your legs 5 times more than fatty meat, sausages, or cured sausages. Right now, I will pinpoint each one, the hidden enemies that seem harmless but cause numbness, trembling, instability, and the risk of falling at any moment. Point 1. Sugary carbonated soft drinks. The calcium thief turning bones. Brittle carbonated soft drinks like Pepsi or energy drinks are popular and appealing with their sweet taste and cool sensation. But for older adults, they are among the most dangerous drinks for joints and legs. They contain high levels of phosphoric acid, which disrupts the calcium phosphate balance in the body, severely hindering calcium absorption in bones. Prolonged calcium deficiency makes bones brittle and porous, leading to osteoporosis and joint pain, especially in the knees and hips, which bear the most weight when walking. Furthermore, the high sugar content in sodas stimulates chronic inflammation in the body's tissues, increasing inflammatory factors in joint tissues, accelerating cartilage degeneration, leading to stiffness and sharp pain when standing or turning. More dangerously, frequent soda consumption also contributes to uncontrolled weight gain, adding pressure to the joint system, especially ankles, knees, and spine. Every extra pound is a stone pressing down on legs already tired with age. For those over 60, drinking soda is like draining calcium from bones daily until you discover brittle bones, worn joints, and shaky legs. It's best to eliminate these drinks completely. Replace them with warm water, herbal tea, or simple natural fruit juice to keep your legs strong for the road ahead. Point 2. Refined sugar. Sweet to the tongue, bitter for the journey of old age. Refined sugar is present in most foods, from candies and condensed milk to bubble tea and seemingly mild drinks like herbal tea or pre-made black bean soup. For older adults, it's not just a seasoning but a joint poisoner, weakening muscles and accelerating bone degeneration. When refined sugar is consumed, blood sugar levels spike. The body reacts by releasing insulin to balance it. However, this process, if frequent, leads to chronic inflammation throughout the body, and joints are among the first to be affected. This inflammation damages cartilage, reduces joint lubrication, making it difficult for older adults to walk, causing pain and stiffness when flexing knees or standing up. Furthermore, excess sugar increases internal fat, disrupts metabolism, affecting blood circulation to the limbs, causing cold, shaky, less agile hands and feet. Refined sugar also reduces the absorption of calcium and magnesium, essential minerals for maintaining bone density. Without them, bones become weak and brittle, easily broken, while muscles tire and cramp easily. What seems like a small risk can lead to a skeletal system like a termite-ridden house, ready to collapse from a slight slip. Older adults should minimize refined sugar intake, replacing it with palm sugar, raw honey, or natural sweetness from fruits to protect joint health and the motor system long-term. Point 3. Alcohol, wine, beer. The pungent ferment that erodes nerve fibers beneath your heels. For many older adults, a glass of rice wine in the evening or a weekend beer is a hard-to-break habit. A small pleasure to warm up, help sleep, or whet the appetite. But behind that temporary comfort is a silent but thorough destruction of the nervous system, blood vessels, and joints, especially in the lower limbs. Alcohol, ethanol, directly affects peripheral nerves, damaging the small nerve fibers in the feet, calves, and knees. The result is frequent numbness, tingling, slight trembling, unsteady walking, and loss of balance control with sudden movements. Alcohol also severely impairs the absorption of vitamin B1, thiamine, an essential nutrient for nerve health and muscle strength. B1 deficiency leads to tired, weak limbs, slow reflexes, especially dangerous when climbing stairs or crossing the street. Alcohol also accelerates calcium loss through urine, causing osteoporosis and joint pain. Even a slight fall is enough to break a leg or hip, a major complication for older adults. Even just a small glass daily, the cumulative effect of alcohol is enough to make legs that were once steady now tremble with every step. Stopping alcohol isn't just for your liver or mind. More importantly, it's to preserve your balance, freedom, and dignity in your final years. 4. Instant noodles and fast food. One convenient meal, a lifetime of impaired legs. Instant noodles, fried chicken, French fries, hamburgers. Fast food's increasingly popular not just with the young, but also older adults who find them convenient. But behind the appealing packaging and rich flavor is a real nightmare for the joint system and motor nerves of people over 60. These foods primarily consist of refined carbohydrates, trans fats, salt, and artificial additives. Refined carbohydrates cause blood sugar spikes, leading to chronic inflammation in joint tissues, causing knees, ankles, and small joints to ache, swell, and lose flexibility. Trans fats are a silent enemy of blood vessels and cartilage, making blood flow difficult to the lower limbs, causing numbness, coldness, muscle weakness, and unsteady walking. High salt content in instant noodles and fast food causes water retention and raises blood pressure, while also accelerating cartilage degeneration, especially in the knees and hips that bear significant weight. People who eat a lot of instant noodles also often lack vitamins and minerals like magnesium, zinc, and vitamin D, weakening bones and tiring muscles, leading to cramps and difficulty moving flexibly. Convenience never comes with health. These processed foods are like sharp saws quietly cutting away the foundation of your legs, making every step in old age shaky and insecure. If you want to live independently for a long time, it's time for older adults to set boundaries with instant noodles and fast food. The further away, the better. Point 5. Skipping breakfast, eating heavily late at night. A seemingly minor habit, stealing leg balance. Daily breakfast, considered the golden meal of the day, is often skipped by older adults because they don't feel hungry, feel bloated, or it's just a habit they've kept. This seemingly minor habit is creating a chain of biological reactions that seriously damage the musculoskeletal system and lower limb nerves. Skipping breakfast causes prolonged fasting, blood sugar drops significantly, leading to a lack of energy for the nervous system and leg muscles. This results in shaky, weak limbs, loss of strength in the knees, and easy falls in the morning, especially when standing up suddenly or changing position. The already slow circulation in older adults becomes even more disordered. Furthermore, the habit of eating heavily late at night causes sudden metabolic changes, leading to high blood sugar and cholesterol when the body should be resting, not processing a large meal. This results in accumulated internal fat, increased pressure on knee joints, and overworked liver and kidneys. In the long run, this causes chronic joint inflammation and decreased bone density, gradually weakening the legs as if being hollowed out from within. The older you get, the more the body needs stable energy and nutrients. Eating breakfast on time with sufficient nutrients doesn't just maintain stable blood sugar. It also increases muscle strength and joint flexibility throughout the day. Don't let laziness or complacency turn the peaceful steps of old age into unsteady, uncertain movements. Point 3 simple things to keep your legs strong in old age. Dear viewers, now we understand that it's not just meat that causes our legs to weaken. Things that seem harmless like soda, fried foods, or skipping breakfast are stealthy attackers, eroding our knee joints, muscle fibers, and lower limb nerves, making it difficult for older adults to walk, prone to falls, and gradually losing their ability to be independent and care for themselves. Stopping these 5 harmful things isn't just about keeping joints healthy. It's about preserving freedom and dignity in old age. You won't fear unexpected falls, nor face a morning struggle with stiff, shaky legs. By cutting them out early, you pave the way for a healthy, steady journey ahead. But if you only stop doing the bad things, it's not enough. To make your legs strong again, you need to know how to replenish energy, nourish tendons and bones, and restore muscle endurance every day. And the great thing is, you don't need to do much. Just remember these 3 simple things daily, and it's enough to keep your legs strong, walk well, and live happily to 90 or 100 years old. Right now, I will reveal those 3 secrets. They are easy to do, inexpensive, but the results are incredibly remarkable. 1. Drink warm water with ginger or roasted black beans in the morning. Wake up blood flow, warm up joints. One of the simplest ways to start your legs off right upon waking is to drink a glass of warm water with ginger or roasted black bean water in the morning on an empty stomach. Just a few slices of fresh ginger or a small spoon of roasted black beans steeped in hot water for 10 to 15 minutes, cooled to a comfortable temperature, and then drunk. Ginger, valued in both traditional and modern medicine for its ability to stimulate blood circulation, warm up extremities, especially feet and calves, which are often cold and numb in older adults. Ginger also contains a strong anti-inflammatory compound that helps reduce joint pain, relax muscles, and soften connective tissues that have stiffened after a night's rest. Roasted black beans. If you're not used to ginger's spicy taste, roasted black bean water is a milder option. Black beans are rich in magnesium and potassium, 2 minerals important for reducing muscle stiffness, improving nerve conduction, and soothing leg aches. Additionally, black bean water has a mild diuretic effect, helping eliminate toxins and reduce swelling in the joints. Just 1 small glass in the morning is a great start to awaken your legs, help blood flow smoothly, keep tendons and muscles flexible, and relieve knee tension. Don't underestimate this habit. It's the first step on your journey to a healthy, independent life on your own 2 feet. Point 2. Do 15 minutes of leg exercises every morning. Activate muscles, tendons, maintain balance. You don't need a gym or fancy equipment. Just 15 minutes every morning at home can activate your entire leg muscle and joint system, making your legs more flexible and durable, and significantly reducing the shaking and loss of balance common in older adults. After sleeping overnight, blood circulation slows, joints can feel stiff, and muscles tighten. Gentle exercise in the morning is a way to wake up the muscles in your thighs, calves, knees, and ankles, while also stimulating joint fluid production, making joints smoother and more flexible when walking. Here are a few simple but effective exercises you can do daily. Stand holding onto a chair, raise your heels and lower them, repeating 10 to 15 times to strengthen calf muscles. Sit on a chair, straighten one leg at a time, and hold for 5 to 10 seconds to engage thigh and knee muscles. Rotate your ankles in circles, 10 times in each direction, to improve ankle flexibility. Walk lightly around your yard, hallway, or room for 5 to 10 minutes to maintain overall flexibility. Maintaining morning activity doesn't just improve blood flow down to your feet. It also trains your balance system, preventing falls, the leading cause of bedriddeness in older adults. A consistent 15 minutes every morning is not just about physical health. It's a positive moment to start the day with stability from your legs. 3. Eat bone broth stew with seaweed, black beans, or bitter melon. Nourish knee joints from within. One of the most effective and healthy ways to keep your legs strong long-term is to directly supplement your bones, cartilage, and leg muscles through your daily diet. Bone broth stew combined with mineral-rich ingredients is an ideal choice. It's easy to eat and helps restore the joint system naturally. How to make it? Choose beef or pork marrow bones and simmer thoroughly for 3 to 4 hours to release collagen, glucosamine, and chondroitin, precious nutrients that soften joint cartilage, increase tendon elasticity, and reduce pain in the knees and ankles. Combined with seaweed, adds iodine, calcium, and magnesium, essential for strong bones and improving nerve conduction to the lower limbs. Black beans, believed in traditional Eastern medicine to detoxify, nourish the kidneys, and strengthen tendons and bones. Black beans are also rich in antioxidants, slowing the aging process of cartilage and joints. Bitter melon, Karela, can detoxify the body, has cooling properties, helps reduce joint inflammation, and lowers blood sugar. Very beneficial for people with diabetes. The original transcript cuts off here. A journey to healthy living on your own 2 feet. Dear viewers, we have covered the silent destroyers of elderly legs, from seemingly beneficial meats to seemingly harmless habits. Avoiding these and adopting the 3 simple habits we discussed is key to preserving your strength, flexibility, and freedom of movement. Strong legs are not just about physical health. They are about independence, dignity, and the ability to enjoy life with your loved ones. Don't wait for problems to become severe. Start acting today with small changes in your diet and daily activity. Remember, to truly live well is to understand well, and living with understanding means living a happy, healthy life on your own 2 feet until the very end. Thank you for watching this video. We hope the information shared today helps you or your elderly loved ones keep your legs strong and healthy for years to come. If you found this guide useful, please give us a thumbs up, like. It truly helps our channel reach more people. Share this video with your friends and family.